Let's dive into the use case of the visual configurator. Imagine you have already created a new opportunity in your CRM system and you have created a new quote for this opportunity. Here you can see the quotation screen of a modern CPQ solution. Remember, the CRM and CPQ solution will be provided by the selected core vendor of your ERP system. That's why it is not part of this demo. Here you can see the visual configurator. You can open the visual configurator in a new tab or in an embedded view, as you can see here. Now Danielle will take over and explain you the barn configuration in more detail before we come back to the CPQ solution.
We start the visual configuration by clicking on the Create Project button. In the example shown here, the sales expert can set the relevant parameters in the configuration UI. Here you see an example of how the number of cows to be milked and the number of daily milkings are configured. The layout of the customer plant can be simply loaded as reference for the visual layout of machines and connections. The sales expert gets the suitable machine configuration proposed. Now the sales expert can simply position the configurable visual components in the 2D layout. The actions of the sales expert are checked based on rules via the configuration backend. Pipe connections can be easily placed to ensure perfect integration of machinery and pipings into existing infrastructure. It is also possible to switch to the 3D view for spatial representation at any time. When the configuration is complete, a quote is generated based on components drawn in the layout. To support the buying decision, the layout result can be provided to the customer as 2D drawings, photos or videos. Now the sales expert can switch from the visual configuration back to the CPQ view and complete the current process. Here you can see an example of a guided sales process to simplify the configuration, especially for users in dealerships. As shown before, the visual configuration process starts with the input of parameters in the configuration UI. The guided sales system is able to evaluate the parameters and create a perfectly pre-configured system. A first estimation of the budget is generated from the proposed configuration. In the visual configuration process, the sales expert can still adapt the proposed configuration to customer's layout and make fine adjustments. The quote is generated from the results of the visual configuration, and the sales expert in dealership can switch back to the CPQ system.
Now that we have finalized the barn configuration, you can receive the needed information for the quoting process from the visual configurator. As you can see here, the visual configurator has returned the part list of the configuration, so that you now can use this information to finalize and approve your quote. Once done, you can share the quote with your customer, either as a printout or by giving access to the visual configurator in a collaborative environment and have a virtual walkthrough the configured barn. You can reopen the configuration in any point in time to make changes to the configuration. Similar to this use case, you can integrate the visual configurator in any other application like e-commerce platform or partner portal.
For customer communication. You can even virtually place the machines in your customer yards, activate your own 360 images, or load complete 3D landscapes as interactive environments. .2D customer layouts can be loaded into the application and the machine can be easily positioned. You can even send configured machines to your customers in advance as 3D experience and provide interactive content to all sales touchpoints. Take over the script and stage your product with animated camera movements. The application creates shareable videos from it for you. With the rendering functionality, entire customer barns can be displayed in virtual environments and visualized in fly-through animations.